morning, guys.
Good morning.
June 7th, AT day 122. And the trail is nice this morning. And we got an early start. So we got up at 4:30, trying to beat the heat. It took like an hour and a half for us to get ready. We just wake up, have coffee. Our tent was right by the lake, so we just sat there and enjoyed the sunrise. And actually, the sun's still not up officially, but we enjoyed watching the horizon brighten and watching what we thought were water moccasins in the lake, but turns out it's just a northern water snake, so they weren't dangerous at all. But there was quite a few of them. We did a 20-mile day yesterday, 19.9, so that means we're almost out of National Park Service land. But we have a state park coming up, and New Jersey laws, no drones in state parks, very similar to Virginia. So there might be some flexibility there. We'll see what we can do to skirt boundaries and whatnot. Anyway, let's hike. See ya! This is the, I don't know what you want to call it, like a pavilion on top of Sunrise Mountain, New Jersey. Unfortunately, no camping allowed up here. This would be a cool shelter. .6 mile day today. I'm already zoomed in so you can see we're at the Rutherford shelter, and I'm going to zoom out and go back to where we started today. See if I can find it. So it's pretty much where this duck was, right? Crater Lake North Shore. We found a little stealth campsite and pitched our tent there, which was fantastic. And then we headed out super early in the morning, and the hiking was fairly easy. Once we hit Rattlesnake Mountain, well, I'm not going to say we flew Cyclops, but we looked around a little bit, and then we continued a little bit further until we thought we were out of the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. And we continued up to Culver Gap, and by this point it's already like 90 degrees, and we wanted to drop into this sandwich lobby. Well, they're not really open yet, but we went in there and they're like, come in, the air conditioning and everything, and they let us sit down in the air conditioning, and they let us charge our phones there. They let us plug Cyclops in, and then they just started offering us stuff. They're like, hey, would you like a Gatorade? I'm like, yeah, I'll buy a Gatorade. She's like, no, I'm offering to give you a Gatorade. And then so they gave us a Gatorade, and then they made a sandwich for Gigi, and since I'm allergic to wheat, I'm like, no, I don't need a sandwich. And he's like, oh, I'll cook you an omelet. So they cooked me an omelet, and then gave me another Gatorade. It was a really cool experience. Then we jumped back on the trail, a little bit recharged, and we were, well, there were a couple other viewpoints that we flew Cyclops. This one's pretty obvious, right? The Culver Fire Tower. Saw that one. So when we were at the fire tower, there was thunder starting to roll in, and I pulled up the radar, and it looked pretty bad. So we made a run for Grin Anderson Shelter, and we kind of hung out there, and then the storms actually dissipated. We never got hit by anything. So we jumped back on the trail and headed up to Mashapakong Shelter, but there's no water there. There was water jugs in the bear can or the bear box, but we decided to push a little bit further, so we came to Rutherford Shelter. It was a hard day. It was really hot.